Happy December.
Happy December.
How you been?
I've been really good. I've been like spending time with the family over Thanksgiving and everything like that. People coming up, visiting. It's been good.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man.
What about you?
It's been a while since we've done one of these.
Yeah.
I've been, pretty busy. Got married recently, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Went on the honeymoon, so it's unfortunate we couldn't do a Halloween episode, but October was very busy, as you know.
It was extremely busy. I don't think I've been, on your wedding day, I think that's the longest I've ever been awake ever, actually.
Yeah, that was quite the day. But yeah, now it's December already, and it's good to get back to recording. So the cold air is here. I don't know if you've been enjoying the cold weather. I certainly haven't. I hate the cold weather.
Yeah, I don't really. I hate snow. I don't really mind the cold weather. I just mind the mornings when I have to get into my frigid ass car. But I do enjoy the crisp air.
That's interesting. Jess would agree with you. My wife, I don't. Put me somewhere warm. Put me somewhere where it's 90 year round, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
But to each their own. But besides the cold, though, it's the holiday season. We have our tree up here, like you were saying, families around. And it's the joyous holiday season, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You've been doing good, you and yours, feeling warm and cozy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, yeah.
That's good. But what about a side of horror with that coziness and warmth?
Why would we do that? Why would we have horror with the holidays? Why?
Right? Seems a bit odd in this joyful, cheerful time. But that is the topic we're going to be talking about today: holiday horror.
Yeah, something that has been. I don't even know if it's a trend, but I've only heard about it really recently, or seen it happening recently, like within the last 5 years.
It's interesting. I was actually kind of looking it up, doing some research. As recently as I think it's the 80s, there was a movie called Black Christmas. Are you familiar with it?
Mm-hmm. I've heard of it. I probably haven't seen it.
So I've never seen it, but it was from 1974, actually. And that, to me at least, is the first like holiday horror I've ever heard of. But I definitely agree with you that it's definitely picking up recently. I swear every year I see there's a new movie with a killer Santa Claus or something coming out. It's very intriguing, especially because it's kind of the antithesis of this happy, joyous, cozy family time that we think of with the holiday. The complete opposite of that.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely an intriguing topic, and I am looking forward to talking about it for sure. I think my earliest experience personally with holiday horror was Krampus. Have you seen that movie?
Yes. I remember seeing that movie as a kid. My youth leader brought our youth group to the movies, and we watched Krampus, like the really like horror movie, scary one.
Wait, your church group went to see Krampus?
This is correct, yes.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Didn't have that on my card, but that is interesting. Yeah, 2015 Krampus. I remember all the buzz around that movie when it came out, and it was, oh my god, it's like a creepy alter ego of Santa Claus. And when I saw it, I just loved it. I thought, this is so cool. It's like creepy Christmas. That was my first exposure to holiday horror. But you're right. In the past 5 years, it really picked up. I mean, you've got common franchises like Terrifier doing movies during the holidays. VHS as well recently. That series has a holiday special. So it's definitely something that's gaining some traction. I think the reasons are going to be interesting to discuss here. But how about you? How were you first exposed to holiday horror?
I honestly think that it was that Krampus movie.
Yeah,
I honestly think that it was, and I remember like enjoying the whole aesthetic of like, oh, it's the night before Christmas, it's snowing, all the decorations are up, but the lights go out, and now there's this big ass, weird, freaking hairy monster prowling, jumping from rooftop to rooftop, and he's wearing a Santa hat or some shit. And it's just like, oh, like all the family is like locked up in the house. You got like your uncle, your aunt, your cousins, and everything. We're all in this house trying to just hide from this monster. It's something about it. There really is something about it that is just like intriguing and weirdly cozy as this monster is prowling around trying to kill us. What is that? I don't know.
I agree with you. Watching that movie, I felt, obviously there was like suspenseful parts, but it felt cozy. It was like, I want to get under a heated blanket and watch this when it's snowing out and just enjoy.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. But great film. I really need to rewatch that again soon.
Yeah, I honestly forgot about that film till you brought it up.
Yeah, man. It's a good one. So I think not only has there been obviously a lean more toward Christmas horror movies, but holidays in general seem to be a big selling point for horror films recently. Recently, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, Thanksgiving slasher came out. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
Wait, what the movie is called? Thanksgiving Slasher?
The movie is called Thanksgiving.
Really? I don't think I've heard of that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's about well, it's about a lot of things. Actually, it starts out with like a Black Friday scene and not like your current Black Friday where it's just online bullshit. The old school, the original Black Friday where people are running over each other and killing each other for the TVs. Yeah, it starts out with that, and there's like a massacre that happens, and then there's a slasher that's trying to get revenge for what happened on that Black Friday. It's actually pretty good. It's kind of almost a foray into body horror and people getting set up like food items. It gets a little gross at points, but it's definitely entertaining. Okay. So that was an interesting one from I think 2022 or 2023. It was recent. Valentine's Day too. A lot of slashers coming out recently. Hard Eyes is one that comes to mind. My Bloody Valentine. A lot of films, and this isn't really anything new. In fact, I think Valentine's Day might predate any of the other holiday horror. Maybe not Black Christmas, but I remember growing up, there was always some kind of slasher coming out for Valentine's Day, and I always found that ironic but hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the kind of movie my wife and I would go see. We're not going to see any rom-coms or romance movies. We'll go see a slasher on Valentine's Day. That's our style. But it's so interesting. I think it's just, hey, here's a holiday everyone's familiar with. Let's make it scary. Yeah. And hey, people eat it up. I mean, there's are we going to see in the future?
Yeah, people love Santa Claus. Let's give him a knife.
For real though. I mean, what did I see 2 or 3 years ago? Violent Night. Have you heard of this movie?
I think I've heard of it actually. Violent Night.
It is a kind of almost like a what's that movie everyone says, it's a Christmas movie, Die Hard. It's almost like a Die Hard type movie where Santa is protecting this family from robbers that are trying to steal something from the house. It's like a wealthy family.
Yeah, I'm seeing Santa Claus holding a sledgehammer.
Yeah. Santa's got a whole arsenal of weapons and he's blowing people's brains out, and it's hilarious.
Is he drinking a beer in this scene?
Yep. Sounds about right. I think it's David Harbour from Stranger Things as Santa Claus.
The premise is, everyone likes Santa Claus. Let's make him badass now.
It's either that. It's either let's make him badass or let's make him a serial killer. Because I've seen that too. There's a film that came out.
Yeah, Santa Claus is actually kidnapping kids or something.
Yeah. Silent Night, Deadly Night, I think it was called from a few years ago, where it's just this demented Santa that's going around killing people. So yeah, this kind of topic has just been blowing up recently. And I mean, there's also been St. Patrick's Day horror movies. You think about Leprechaun, Halloween, obviously, that comes with the territory. You know what I haven't seen though? Easter. Is there an Easter horror movie?
Well, no, there has to be. Like as soon as you said that, I picture a guy in a pink Easter bunny suit and it's covered in blood. There has to be something on Easter.
I haven't seen anything, but I'm curious. Look this up.
Easter horror movies. Yeah. There's freaking plenty. Exactly what I described is on my screen right now.
The Bunny Man.
Yeah. Easter Bunny Massacre. The Bloody Trial. I'm seeing that
too. Well, these are all like 3 out of 10 Tubi movies. Maybe one day they'll make a good one that's a wide release.
Easter Bloody Easter. Easter Bunny Bloodbath. Beaster Day.
The Bunny Man Massacre. What is that? Like a rip of Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
That's the funny. Beaster Bunny. What the fuck?
Okay, so yeah. Plenty to choose from. Nothing I've seen yet. Maybe this year I'll try it and watch one of those. But so with the movie side of things, I mean, it's been something that's been around obviously since 1974, if not earlier, with Black Christmas. But it's something now it's like every year there's a new killer Santa Claus movie or some kind of creepy thing. And I think also common franchise, like I was talking about, VHS, Terrifier, even some TV shows like Stranger Things, are releasing around the holidays, making it more holiday themed to the horror. So that's the movie side. What about video games, Mr. Shreves? What are we seeing with video game holiday horror?
Well, with video games, there's a video game for everything. If you type in Christmas or Christmas horror, there's a lot of things. So like right now it's just like there's this game for $1. It's called Christmas Horror. There's Christmas Horror Land. There's Lonely Christmas. This guy, I don't know. Usually what I think the premise is, you know, you're at home, you're alone at home for, you know, you're home alone, and your parents have gone somewhere and you're left alone, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for Santa to get here. What's that knock on the door? And you know, shit pops off and things like that. More interestingly, there is a tradition from creators called, well, I guess it's a conglomerate of creators. It's the profile is called Haunted PS1, which is basically they curate a bunch of PS1 styled games. So like new games that are made today that have the graphical fidelity of a PlayStation 1, because people think PlayStation 1 games look kind of creepy. They look kind of uncanny because it's not high resolution. You like, what is that swaying in the distance? It could be a tree, could be a killer, like things like that. There is a tradition with the Haunted PS1 called the Madvent Calendar, which is a collection of 24 video games for the, you know, the 24 days before Christmas, and it releases every year so far on the 1st of December. And the premise is that you have all the games when you download it, but you're supposed to like play one game every day until Christmas. And it's just, you know, Christmas themed games. Sometimes it's not necessarily horror, but it's like Christmas themed, but most of them is, you know, it's a scary theme to it. It's a kind of a horror theme. So we have one from 2020, I believe, all the way up to 2025.
And what is the game about?
Well, it's a collection of 25 other indie games. So it's basically just a curation. So they find Christmas themed horror games or just Christmas themed games in general from other creators, and they literally just put it into a present box. So it's basically kind of like a game festival. Like, you know how there's a film festival and people show off their movies? This is basically the video game equivalent for that, specifically for gaming developers that are doing horror in like the PS1 aesthetic style. And that's what this is. Okay. But yeah, there's countless horror games themed with every holiday, but mostly the most that I've seen is themed with the winter holidays.
So wanted to talk a little bit about some other holiday horror. We've talked about movies, we've talked about games, but I'm seeing it kind of everywhere. Think about horror attraction. Field of Screams, for example, a local haunt up by us. I think when they first opened, I mean, they weren't doing this, but I only remember seeing it the past few years where they have a special Christmas overlay of their haunted attractions.
Really? Okay.
But they're not the only ones doing it. I've seen some other local haunted houses advertising that too. And I've never been to one, frankly. I don't know. I go to my haunted houses usually just in October.
Yeah.
When I'm in the mood, you know? Although I did go to a haunted house one time, like randomly in May. They were doing a halfway to Halloween thing. And it felt so weird.
To Halloween.
It just felt so strange because, you know me, haunted houses don't scare me. But that time I went in May and did one. I think I just wasn't in like the mind space for a haunted house. So that one actually like really got me. I was like, oh, fuck. Because I wasn't really in that mindset of like getting scared. It wasn't spooky season, you know. It was hot out and freaking driving around in May, and we're going to this haunted house. That was an interesting one, actually. That one was down in Laurel, Maryland. It's one of those haunted houses where it's a haunted house and they have like decorations and props, but it's actually also haunted for real.
Oh, okay. It's actually a haunted house.
So that was actually cool because after we did the attraction, they had like a late night ghost hunting event. So we had all our ghost hunting equipment and stuff there. So that further freaked me out in the middle of May.
Wait, so you went ghost hunting on your own, or you had like a guide?
In a group, the owner of the attraction, Laurel's House of Horror, I believe it's called, by the way. Very good attraction. It's just one house. It's not like Field of Screams where there's like different attractions.
Right.
It's decently long, and it's built, I think, like in an old abandoned movie theater.
Okay.
So it's really cool. But yeah, going in May, I was just like, this is odd. I don't feel right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would actually go to one in December. Maybe it could be interesting to see what they would do with the holiday overlay. You know?
Yeah, I think it's because it's not like when you go to a haunted house on Halloween, it's like, oh yeah, the decorations are up. It's like we're celebrating Halloween. But when it's like a horror attraction in May, it's like, what are we celebrating? We're not celebrating anything. It's more like, oh, okay, you know, there's no festivities going on, so like it kind of tricks your mind a little bit to being like, okay, this is just actually just real. It's like the guy jumping out of the freaking corner is not doing it because, oh, it's Halloween, boo, it's freaking May.
I think you're hitting the nail on the head there, yeah, because like even entering this haunted house, it was like in a strip mall, and I'm not seeing any Halloween decorations going up.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
seeing normal, everyday, regular things, and you go into the haunted house, it's kind of like a culture shock. It's like, oh my god, okay, yeah, we're doing this now.
Yeah.
So I think you're definitely right. And I ran into the same thing. My wife and I did a haunted house up in Niagara Falls. We were on vacation in like August. And Niagara Falls, obviously, it's beautiful and the falls and everything, serene. We found there was a haunted house up there and we were like, let's do this. And I had never been so scared for a haunted house because I don't think I was in the mindset for it.
Right.
But this one is like notorious for people chickening out midway through. There's like a running list of the number of people who have chickened out. It was like 10,000 some or something. And I was like, damn, this got to be serious.
Yeah.
It wasn't that serious. I think it was a freaking marketing ploy. I mean, we made it through and we were like, that was fine.
Yeah.
But it definitely was messing with my head because I was like, I'm on vacation. I'm supposed to be relaxing and chilling, but I'm going to this haunted house. Why am I doing this? But
yeah.
That's what we do, and we both enjoyed it. Though it was a pretty good one, honestly. Really dark in there; you couldn't see shit. But again, it's like middle of August. It's like, what are we doing here? This is
it's like, why are we here? It's not Halloween. It's not scary season,
right? So I think the same thing can be said for Christmas haunts, but I don't know. I might try one time because I do think if they do a good enough job with like the set dressing, making it look like snowy and wintry, I think that could be cool.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is like with these places like Field of Screams, all the outdoor attractions close because they're not going to have that open in winter, and I don't blame them. But it's like, oh, we're just paying for half the experience because for Field of Screams, for example, it's only a 2 indoor house. It's not the hayride or the haunted woods.
Yeah.
So that's another reason I really haven't gone. So I'm like, oh, I only get to do 2 of the attractions, but I don't know. I'm curious. Maybe one day I'll try it out. I just got to prep myself. I got to watch a lot of holiday horror movies beforehand to get me spirit.
Yeah.
But so yeah, that's another place I've been seeing it is haunted attraction. Another interesting note: have you heard about the Spirit Halloween is now Spirit Christmas? Have you heard about that whole thing?
Spirit Christmas.
Yep, they're having a few shops now in December that are opening where it's the same deal as Spirit Halloween, where it's like they're only open for a month instead of Halloween. It's Christmas.
So it's not the Spirit Halloween stores transforming. It's different stores.
I don't know. I don't know if they're just using their already, set up stores from Halloween, but it's the same company. It's Spirit Halloween, but they're selling Christmas stuff. And I haven't been in one of these. I got to really see how they are. I don't know if they're inherently creepy or if they just totally flipped a switch and it's like, we're doing Christmas now. And it is like a happy, joyful place. I don't know, but I thought that was interesting. I think there's a lot of overlap, really, more than people realize, between Halloween and Christmas. Obviously, people think, oh, 2 completely separate holidays. But you think of decorations, those 2 are probably the most decorated holidays people participate. You look outside people's houses, what are they decorated? Halloween, Christmas. That's where you're going to see all the blow ups, all the figurines, lights, whatever. So in terms of like decoration and celebration, I think Halloween and Christmas are probably the top 2.
Yeah. Like think about like decorating your house. It's literally fall and winter. That's when you decorate your house.
But yeah, most people you're going to see mostly just Halloween and Christmas. So it makes sense that a lot of the attractions might overlap. It's like, oh, these are the things. I think both of those holidays have a genuine feel to them where it's like, the visuals and sounds that go along with both of these holidays.
Yep. I think it's mostly because of the fall and winter are the most visually like contrasted like seasons.
Yes.
It's like fall, all right, everything's dying, everything like fall is like, okay, orange, earthy tones and things like that. Winter, okay, white, red, and green. That's it.
Yeah. Remember when we were talking about, I think a few episodes ago, weather? How certain weather can be scary?
Yes.
I mean, look no further than the winter for weather. I mean, we already talked about the cold, but the days are shorter, it gets darker earlier. Just the kind of aesthetic of snow, some people find it peaceful, and I think during the day it is. At night, it can be pretty creepy if all you see is just white snow everywhere at night. And it's like the silence you feel. I've seen so many posts about this, true. When it's just late at night and there's snow everywhere, it's like you feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. And it's just like no sounds are happening.
Yeah.
Some people find that serene. Some might find it a little scary.
It's kind of like, okay, the snow is covering everything. It kind of looks apocalyptic, like everything was abandoned for a long time and like nature took back over.
For sure. And I think also in winter, you see less people out and about, outdoors because it's so cold. So that's something creepy too. Places
And you don't hear the birds. You don't see many animals.
Yeah. And so many attractions that are open like in the summer and stuff, they do close in the winter. You think about amusement parks, pools and everything. So the kind of visuals about things looking abandoned, that's very winter and very Christmas, some things.
Yeah, everybody's inside with the fire going.
Yeah. I have seen some attractions, of course, like Transform, and it's like, oh, this is our winter style attraction, even though it's much different than what they would do in the summer. So some companies have adapted for sure, but some haven't, and they just sit there looking abandoned and desolate, and it's creepy. So I think that's a good way to lead into why do people enjoy holiday horror? And I certainly have some thoughts, and I'd like to get yours as well. But I think the thing we've kind of been circling the drain around here is that there are aspects of Christmas and of winter that are creepy. They're just really creepy. I mean, we talked about the snow. I think Santa himself, that's a creepy dude. I mean,
like, what's up with this Santa guy?
Come on now. I mean,
it's supposed to be. He lives in the North Pole, and he visits every single house in a single night. Forget the 24 hours.
And he crawls down your chimney. He crawls down your chimney to come visit you in the middle of the night. Is that not creepy as fuck? I mean,
you're supposed to leave cookies for him. What's with him and these cookies, bro?
Right, and milk. Like, who drinks milk anymore?
Like, what kind of cookies are there? Like, we thinking, oh, it's chocolate chip cookies, but it's actually just wheat cookies. Like,
so
what are we talking about?
I think that whole character of Santa, the whole character of Santa really lends itself to horror in just so many ways. Also, he's huge, big bearded fat man that's like
squeezing his way down your chimney.
It's terrifying, man. I mean, if I saw that, if I just never knew about Christmas or Santa or anything, and I just saw a random huge burly bearded man in a red coat late at night in my house, I would shit myself.
Yeah. The visual, the visual of you, like, as a kid, you're like 8, and you're like, you get up from your bed and you go into the kitchen for some water, and you just see a big freaking beast of a man just rummaging through things. You don't know what he's rummaging through, but he's kind of just rummaging through some stuff, and he turns around and he catches your eye, and you catch his eye, and he just goes shh, and then you go back to your room, and then he's just like, oh, Santa came, he gave us presents. What do you mean, bro? I swear he was stealing shit. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, nah. They romanticize the whole thing. It's like, oh, the kids saw Santa. No, that's terrifying, man. What you talking about?
It's like, bro,
maybe it's scarier for the adults. The kids think it's nice when they see Santa, but yeah, you describe what you just described there. If one of my kids in the future comes and is like, hey, I saw Santa. Yeah, he put the presents under the tree.
You're like, you saw what?
I'm getting my freaking.
What do you mean you saw Santa? Yeah, it was a big guy. He was wearing black and he had a mask on. I thought it was kind of weird, but I think he had a beard, but it wasn't white. Like, what are you talking about, bro? You saw who? I'm calling the cops.
Yep. So that's something for sure. The character of Santa. I also think snowmen are pretty creepy. I mean,
yeah.
That's pretty unsettling, especially at night. You just see one of those still snowmen with the freaking arms out wide and the black eyes. I mean, that's creepy.
Yeah, people used to make snowmen back at college in the quad.
Yeah.
And they would just freaking stand there, and they would make snow penises as well. But we're not going to talk about that.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the wall from Game of Thrones, okay? It's that damn Steve guy that came by and said, are you guys making a penis? Yeah. And we just rolled with it at that point. It was supposed to be the wall, damn.
It was supposed to be the wall.
But yeah, snowmen, and then they disappear randomly without a trace. It's creepy.
Yeah, and there's plenty of depictions of like the snowman, like in like horror, Christmas content, horror games, anything like that. The killer snowman is like, those sticks that are supposed to be his eyebrows. You just kind of turn them in, and now he's angry and he's walking.
Yeah. You also think elves, man. Little elf people with freaking pointed ears and stuff walking around. That's creepy. You know,
walking around
like goblins and
yeah. They more resemble like goblins, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure that's probably exactly what they're based off of. Because like when you think of like a fantastical interpretation of an elf, they're tall. Like they're not like little short guys. Like I think of like
Lord of the Rings,
like Lord of the Rings, and even like, you know, in like video games and things like that, elves are usually taller. They're tall. They you know, they use bows and arrows and things like that. They're very knowledgeable. They read books and shit. No, I don't freaking know, but it's usually that. It's not usually like a really short, like that's usually a goblin, like the short guys with pointed ears and pointed nose. That's a goblin you're describing. And so it's like, that's got to be where that's from.
Yeah, I could see it. And of course, you know, we've been talking about like, oh, typical Christmas characters that seem nice but can be creepy. But can we talk about the characters that are just intrinsically creepy, like the Grinch? Like, come on.
What's the Grinch, man? What is that?
Who thought of that? First of all,
there's this green, hairy man that comes into your house and actually just steals your presents.
Yeah, he's the one you really got to worry about.
Because he just hates Christmas so much. He's got a grudge against Santa or something. I don't know.
Lives in the mountains and eats bugs. And that's the scariest Christmas character.
Yeah. What's with him?
So, I mean, I remember watching that movie as a kid, The Grinch. Maybe that's really my first horror holiday experience was watching The Grinch.
Yeah. That's got to be like the OG one for a lot of people.
The Jim Carrey Grinch? No, that was terrifying. I did not like that as a kid. I was like so weirded out by that character. I was like, nope, get that away from me.
Yeah, have you seen the videos online of people dressing up as the Grinch and then just barging into somebody's like house, like the family's like filming the kids' reactions, and the Grinch just barges in the house, fucking jumps on the Christmas tree and like takes it and runs out of the house, and the kids are screaming bloody murder.
No, what? People are doing that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's obviously orchestrated by the family to scare the kids, but like, that happens. Pretty sure there's a couple videos like that.
No, I haven't seen those. I'll have to look them up. But yeah, things like the Grinch. I don't know. What are some of the other horror? I mean, Krampus himself is pretty creepy for sure.
Yeah, Krampus is like top tier. That's just a horror character.
Yeah, although now I feel like they're turning him into more of like a Greek mythology character. Have you seen the
Greek mythology?
What was the recent movie with The Rock? Red One? Have you heard about that?
Red One. Christmas movie with The Rock.
Yeah, it's called Red One. It came out a few years ago. It's not a horror movie. It's like a kid adventure movie, but Krampus is in it, and he's just like an anti-hero kind of type. Like he's helping Santa hunt down his evil sister. Yep, that's him in Red One. So he's basically like a Greek mythology monster in this one, and he likes to drink and beat people up.
Yeah, he just looks like the Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
He really does. So
it's freaking this guy.
It is. It's the guy from Game of Thrones. Yeah. He did a pretty good job, but it was kind of cheesy. Now look up Krampus from the actual movie.
Krampus from Krampus.
I feel like, they kind of did him dirty.
It's like this freaking...
That is horrifying.
This is a horror character, bro. Like with the freaking...
Yeah, it looks like a zombie. It's freaky. I need to rewatch that movie. It was so good.
Yeah, it's crazy. And he's like huge. He's like the size of a house. Yeah. Like that depiction is just... I love everything about this.
Hell yeah. So did you have any thoughts on why people enjoy holiday horror, or why horror and the holidays mix pretty well together?
I think people just enjoy horror and they just want to infect it into every holiday.
That's fair. Yeah.
I think the people just, they just like I'm not one of these people, but they just enjoy horror, period. And that's it. And they just like, oh yeah, it is Christmas. But like, how can I make it horror though? Like how can I make it scary? It's like, okay, yeah, the stockings. Yeah, let's just make them bloody now. It's just I don't know. They just want everything to be horror. Which, you know, I say I'm not that person, but I also, there's so many things that I'm like, this would be better as a horror game. I'm thinking like what would the franchise Metroid be like if Nintendo actually just made it a horror game? Because it's the closest thing Nintendo has to a horror game is Metroid. And I'm just like, what would happen if they made Mario like really serious and it was actually a horror game and Bowser was actually fucking scary, like Krampus is in the Krampus movie from 2015? Like, what would that look like?
What about Luigi's Mansion?
Well, yeah, but that's like horror game for your 4-year-old. Like,
you mean it's not actually scary? I don't know. I haven't played it.
No, it's not scary at all. It's like the freaking, freaking. You look at Krampus 2015, then you look Luigi's Haunted Mansion, and you're just like the ghosts are smiling. They're brightly colored. They're pink and blue and everything like that. Nah, that's not scary.
Depends who you ask.
But yeah, I just think that people just like the real horror fanatics that are just like, they really enjoy the horror aesthetic. They just want to see what this holiday would look like as horror. And they're just like, all right, let's move on. Let's move forward. Let's move forward with that idea and see what it looks like. They're just like curious to turn something into a horror movie.
That's true. I think that's definitely true. The other thing I think, and not to get too dark here, but this is a horror podcast, is I think some people experience the holidays differently than others. You know, a lot of people think about the holidays as this fun, joyous, happy time, get to see family, but the harsh reality is it's not like that for everyone. You know, some people, the holidays might bring up immense pain if you've had like death of loved ones, or maybe don't have a great family dynamic and not looking forward to having to see your family over Christmas. So I feel like there's definitely a good group of people out there that kind of hate this idea of Christmas as a joyful, cheerful holiday, and maybe it's just not for them, and maybe they more relate to horror-related content around Christmas because they're tired of seeing all the sappy, happy horror, or sappy, happy Christmas movies that are just all so cheery and happy endings and everything, and maybe they want something a little darker, something that they relate to more, and that's what holiday horror does for them.
Yeah.
So I think that's
for the people that like have bad family dynamic and things like that. I think they're just like they're just gonna take Christmas out of the equation like completely, and then like they're not even going to celebrate it, not even with horror or anything like that. But to the point that you made, where people are tired of the sappy, family, everybody come together and love each other. It's like, no, fuck that. Santa is a weirdo, and he's actually stealing your shit, and he actually is kidnapping your kids. I don't want to hear nothing about, Santa loves you and things like that. He's bringing presents, leave him cookies. No, fuck that. Santa has a knife, and his reindeers have ran people over. All right, that's what we want, and then they just run with that because they just are tired of the sappy stuff.
There's a whole song about it. It's true.
Really?
About grandma got ran over by a reindeer.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Something else I wanted to touch on. I was just talking to my wife about this. I don't know if you feel this at all, but to me, certain Christmas decorations freak me out so much. And yeah, like certain creepy looking dolls and creepy looking Santas. But to me, I don't know why. Like a Christmas tree that is just too, how do I put that? I prefer like colorful lights, like a bunch of different colored lights.
Yeah.
Just a plain looking Christmas tree with just yellow lights, like no decoration. To me, that looks so creepy for some reason.
So just a tree just wrapped in the normal yellowish
like
white lights.
Tinsel and yellow white lights. I don't like it. And it's funny because my wife loves it. It's like cozy and comforting to her. To me, it makes me feel uneasy.
Really?
I don't really know why, except I was thinking about this. I was like talking through it with her the other day. I think for me, when I was like younger, I don't know why, like we would leave our Christmas tree on overnight, or maybe we'd just forget to turn it off. But usually any other time of the year, you wake up in the middle of the night, and if you want like a midnight snack or you got to go to the bathroom, all the lights are off. You're going to have to turn on some lights to do that. But during Christmas time, this tree is just on, and that's all you see in the corner of your house, this tree lit up. And I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that experienced this, but it just made me feel uneasy. And it's just like, this is like the only light source in the house. And it's like, it makes it this weird kind of hue, especially the more yellow lights, where it just looks odd to me in the corner, and it kind of freaks me out. I don't know why.
It's just like this weird beacon in this dark house. And
I think it just, for some reason, it makes things feel like quieter to me. Like it's just like, I don't know what it is.
Well, I think I get it. It's like you're seeing all like this thing. It's got all these lights on it, and maybe we associate like a bunch of lights with like a bustling, active city. But no, it's just the quiet corner of your house. It's just like,
Yeah.
There's this thing on, but
Yeah.
nothing's happening. It's like, oh yeah, when the TV is on, that mean like when the TV's on is okay. There's a show going. Maybe you hear it. Maybe it's on mute, but you can see stuff moving. If lights
Mhm.
are on in your house, it means that somebody's awake and we're doing stuff. But like it's the middle of the night. It's quiet. It's silent, and there's just this beacon on with nobody awake, and it's just kind of awake itself, I guess.
Yeah. I thanks for quantifying my thoughts because I could. But that's yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head there. And something also with me just about like old time Christmas decorations look odd. I think it's kind of the same phenomenon if you've experienced like going over to your grandparents' house and some of their older looking everything
Mhm.
just is a little off putting, a little
Yeah.
unsettling.
I think I know what you're talking about. Like the old decorations that you would never really buy today.
Yeah. Yeah, it almost looks like you're stepping into like a different time
Yeah.
and you just can't relate to it whatsoever. And
I remember that my family members down in Jamaica specifically, when I was really really young, we would have Christmas trees, and then we'd have it would be wrapped in lights with these big light bulbs that were hot to the touch, and motherfuckers would just hang whatever ornament on that tree. Didn't make any sense, wasn't symmetrical. It's just whatever. It's just this thing, this thing, and that thing, and it was just this big conglomeration. And it was it was an old tree with a plastic stand.
Yeah, yeah. We have a fake tree as well. I wonder if I would like a actual fresh tree, but then that comes with bugs and critters and other horrors, so maybe not. But there's also this whole thing going around. I don't know if you've seen it, where it's like, do you prefer warm Christmas or cold Christmas? Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't.
I think it's like a TikTok trend. I don't know. My wife had shown me, but basically, there's like essentially two different color palettes for Christmas. I mean, obviously, there's like red and green. That's kind of the concept. But there's like, do you prefer like colder colors like white, blue, silver, which I do personally. I love those colors. Or do you prefer like the reds and the yellow, like the gold, which I don't. And so, and it's interesting because my wife does. She prefers that kind of colors, but to me that goes along with like older grandparent house feelings where it's like I like the modern decorations. Give me everything that looks new and shiny. That
shiny,
comforts me.
Clean.
See, I think it's because like my wife, she loves vintage looking things, and I'm just not really about that. Give me the most modern looking stuff, because vintage stuff kind of freaks me out. It makes me feel like I'm in like the 1800s. I don't know. And what are most like horror movies set in? The older time period. Most ghost movies, everything looks old and dilapidated and like outdated. So maybe that's
and even if it is a modern movie, we're visiting an old place.
Right. Exactly. So that's kind of where some of that. All right. So I think the last thing I wanted to talk about here is, what are our personal thoughts on holiday horror? Do we like it? Do we not? What do you think?
I mean, I think it's just up to like how much do you like horror yourself, just as a genre or an aesthetic. For me, I don't mind it. It's not like I'm gonna be decorating my Christmas tree with bats and ghosts with Christmas hats on. It's like I don't really even care about going that far, but I see the appeal. Like I can understand it. And I if that's what your thing, do that, because like I get it. I get the appeal of the aesthetic, and like they kind of go well together. I don't know why, but like, I can see it, but I'm not necessarily going to be taking part in it like so deliberately to where I'm like decorating my shit in like winterween style. Like I'm not really going to be doing that, but to each their own, man. I certainly get it. I see the appeal, but it's just, I'm not going to go out of my way. That's my take.
That's fair. I think for me personally, obviously I'm a horror fan, so any new ways to introduce horror to different parts of life, I'm always for. I will say though, I think there's a time and a place. I think right now, we're recording this early December, is a good time to watch holiday horror. It's like, yeah, why not see what's out there? But am I going to be watching a horror movie on Christmas Day? No. Am I going to be watching a horror movie on Christmas Eve? No. I mean, first of all, my family's not going to want to watch that. They're going to think I'm fucking weird. And when I have kids in the future, I'm not going to have them be watching horror related stuff on the actual holidays, because for me, I do enjoy Christmas. I do enjoy spending time with my family. So I like to have those joyful and cheerful feelings, at least on the days themselves, Christmas Eve and Christmas.
Right.
Any other day in December, sure, I'll watch a horror movie, or go to Field of Screams and do a horror haunted house. But I'm not doing that actually on the holidays. And that's something kind of a bigger topic here that is kind of annoying me, is that I'm seeing so many things try to interrupt the holidays themselves,
Mhm.
and it's kind of pissing me off. For example, Stranger Things. Love the show. Have you ever seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it. I've seen some
Yeah.
things, but not really watched it.
Very good show. It's in its final season right now, but their release schedule has me so upset because its release schedule is the day before Thanksgiving, 4 episodes,
Okay.
Christmas Day, 3 episodes, and New Year's Eve is the final episode.
What?
So basically, Stranger Things just wants to take over your holidays, because if you don't watch it on the holiday, then guess what? You're going to get spoiled. And it's
It's like, what do you mean New Year's Eve? You think we're gonna be freaking watching a TV show on New Year's Eve? No, we're gonna be party. We're gonna be drunk.
right.
What's going on
Right.
there?
I won't even
Like,
remember
we're
your
gonna
episode.
sit around and be silent and watch freaking Stranger Things on New Year's Eve. Like, I'm curious. What's the time? What time on New Year's Eve?
That's a good question too, because I'm already thinking, because as you know, I usually host a party, and I'm like, can I watch it before the party? Can I watch it at like noon that day? Because if so, then I'm cool with that.
If it's like any time after 6 p.m., it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no.
What are we talking about? It better be like 12 in the afternoon. Like, what?
And granted, I do know there's some like younger families that, you know, they do watch Stranger Things, and I was even seeing on the day before Thanksgiving, people were posting on Facebook like, oh, my family's so excited to watch Stranger Things. Our household is ready. We've got this snack made. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. But I feel like the majority of families out there, at least one family member is not going to know what Stranger Things is, and it's not going to want to watch that.
Yeah.
Are you going to force your old Uncle Joe to go watch Stranger Things?
All right, everybody, we're going to watch Stranger Things. Like, we're going to watch what? Yeah, Stranger Things. It's a new show. No, I don't. What? Why are we watching?
Watch that.
Put on
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah. Turn on turn on fucking the channel where the ball drops. We're supposed to be
right.
We're not supposed to be sitting silently and watching this show. We're supposed to be like, I don't know. I mean, people celebrate in different ways, but like, what is that schedule? What do it's as if, oh yeah, we're gonna schedule this episode of Stranger Things the same day as the Super Bowl. What are you doing?
Right.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's so dumb to me. But those are my thoughts. Do you have any other thoughts?
Nope. I think that's it for my thoughts.
All right. Well, I think happy holidays, everybody, and go out and do some spooky stuff. But also, hopefully, you enjoy your time with your family or whoever you choose to spend it with.